There we go. Yeah, now we're back on YouTube. There we go. Now everything's back in order. Yeah, I just gotta refix the chats. There we go. Yeah, that's working. All right. I believe we're all set back up, chat. Thank you for being patient. I honestly don't know what happened there. OBS just all of a sudden brain farted and turned everything off. Okay. Pressing on. There we go. Now we can place our characters.
I'll do it. Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
What is this? Frugious Recital. Grants momentum equal to 6. His ability also grants additional 3 movement for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell radius or was hit by her this turn. It's a Damien of Chaos Cultist. The additional amount of momentum is doubled.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
But of course, an unfortunate turn of fate.
Reinforcements.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
How'd you like this?
I'll make it happen. Another enemy down. I'll
Welcome
see
in,
to it
Commander.
personally.
Hey, Ben, what's going on, buddy? Yes, for the Emperor. Only 40% chance to hit him, huh?
Who if not me?
Blasphemer!
Of course they don't hit him. Fantastic. Yes, this is Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I've been waiting a long time to be able to play this game.
Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak.
Ah, come on.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I got a sister at battle. It's one of the characters that you can pick up in this game. And then we got a psyker right here.
On it.
Oh, that was a bad choice.
I'm going to the Emperor's light.
Oops.
Injury is not an excuse to shirk one's
Oopsies.
duty.
I didn't want to do that. Oh well. Goofed.
Someone else can do this. Reduced to dust.
Finish off them.
It's as good as done.
Missed. So what are you up to, Ben? Have you been? Anything new with you, buddy?
I should have foretold that.
I knew I screwed up
Anything else?
when I accidentally zapped all my people. There we go. Killing a pirate. Gotcha.
On it. I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
Cover me. That is not my destiny.
I'll see to it personally.
Ah, jeez.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Was that you?
What advice
Sorry,
do you
Abelard.
seek?
Sorry, buddy.
Ah, careful.
What are these considered? Old wounds? Head trauma. Duration permanent source trauma can be removed and fully healed only on a void ship. God damn it. Broken ribs. Gotta love saves coming, chat. Oh. Yeah, that was a big goof zapping my own people. Alright, so you go there.
As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. God Emperor, move through me! Feed the fire in my heart! Faith without deeds is worthless.
Got the reinforcements.
Not injured. I'm enraged.
Will do. Be gone.
So what did you say? I just tried a new FDL. New weapon build on the FDL? What do you got going on it? And I was just asking if there was anything new going on with you. Have you been up to anything?
At your beck and call.
Oh, he dodged it. Charge.
It will be done.
There we go. I'm doing pretty good. I was doing some of the Thargoid conflict zones earlier. Been hanging out playing
Welcome
Lethal
in,
Company with OP, Marcus, and Commander Dave. Runa, how's it going? How are you doing tonight? Or this fine morning, wherever you are in the world? But yeah, I've been keeping busy, so. And then, like I said, I've been pretty excited to be trying out Rogue Trader. Spent a lot of time in the beta playing this. Yeah, they did stop supporting the consoles. But I kind of don't blame him for doing so. I mean, the consoles are just not able to keep up, especially with the problems that they had trying to get Odyssey out for the consoles. I guess it just wasn't possible, so they had to do it. Yeah, Ben, Lethal Company is hilarious. No, I have not played Return to Moria. I've never been a fan of the Lord of the Rings games for a lot of reasons. But Return to Moria, I have a few people that have played it that says it's fantastic. And I've seen the gameplay on it, and I am really tempted to buy it to try it out. Yeah, they are. I just don't think FDev wants to invest in trying to do it, though. And that's the problem. I mean, Elite Dangerous is a decade old. What do I want to shoot? Do I want to... 24%. 24, that's a 52.
On it. I'll make it happen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is a game that actually
Don't
makes
let
me
your
want to play
guard
it
down.
now. You're doing chores? All right. See you when you get back, Ben.
I'll see to it personally.
Just a minor setback.
I know. That's like I said, that's one of the things that really makes me want to get that one. Previous Lord of the Game players, just no interest. That one, I wonder if they will bring to console. If they do, it'll definitely make the money. Let's see. Do we take... Are we taking an attack of opportunity? Or do we skip her turn? No. Go ahead and take the
Guided by
attack of
faith.
eternity.
My faith shields me.
I can believe that. It's really hard. A lot of games have been suffering from the ports from PC to consoles. I mean, Cyberpunk, that was a nightmare for that company to try to port the games over to console. I don't know. I wonder if it's something to do with the new consoles as far as their coding is concerned. But a lot of games have suffered in the porting. And I wonder what is up with that. Yep. There we go. And let's not make the same mistake we made last time. So, what can we get? We can get Jew. Can't see him. Tap
On
you.
it. Farewell. No can do.
Yeah, because of the hardware.
I will do like you.
Oh, come on. Well, when Cyberpunk first came out on the consoles, though, it was just horrendous. They were not ready to be released at the same time as the PC release.
It's as good as... I'll make it happen.
It doesn't have a melee weapon. Okay. Oh, no, well. Yeah, we got that, okay. Yeah, that is true. In my opinion, that also leads to a lot of complications too. Running gun.
As the Emperor.
There we go. Are you too close? Yeah, you're too close. So you're gonna zap everyone. You there. I want you to go. No. Yeah, you just stay there.
My place is at the fore. Victory is given.
You're playing on the base Xbox One? I'm surprised because everyone else, they were having nothing but issues with Cyberpunk. I played it on the PC and I didn't have any issues as far as on the PC version.
Let's
Had a
make
couple
some
of glitches,
Who, if not
several
another enemy
T-poses,
down?
which is just was comical. But no, I was actually very lucky. I didn't have
Taking
as bad
calculated
of
risk is my second
automation
nature.
issues.
I'll do it.
Oh, fudgicles. Had her on the
What
wrong
is
weapon.
this foreboding?
Not in range. So, I ended up going with the soldier class, right? Yeah, I went with the soldier class, which was basically the marksman in the beta. Oh, this game is just, I loved it through the beta. I spent about 300 hours playing the beta alone. And I was going through all the classes that they had at the time. In the
ready
beta,
for whatever comes.
the best class was honestly it was the marksman because of the run and gun. So upon release now, so the original run and gun in the beta, you were able to perform this every turn. Now they nerfed it so that way they made it on your next turn you suffer the -10 to ballistics and you cannot use run and gun again. But in the beta, I mean, that was the most powerful skill to have, because you'd take your normal turn, then you'd use run and gun, move, shoot again at your full capabilities, and you just kept doing it throughout the whole entire turn. But they nerfed it down. And it's a nice soft nerf. Very nice soft nerf, nothing too upsetting. What do we got here? Exact replica of the Von Valencia's voice chip sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate the domain compartments. Yes. After the Game Awards, they made the announcement that it's going to be released, and Baldur's Gate 3 just did phenomenal at the Game Awards. I'm really happy with everything that they accomplished with that game. No, it released yesterday. They dropped it yesterday. We're gonna try to use our logic.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
There we go. See what kind of goodies we got in here. Crap. Operator's gloves. Yep. Well, since it's the next day for you, so yeah, it dropped yesterday for me. What else we got here? Cargo is silent. It seems to be the machine's original. But yeah, Baldur's Gate took 6 awards home in the Game of the Year, which was amazing. Yeah, that's what I just realized. Electrified Shardnet. Xenos. And I mean, that was just a huge for them. Yeah, they had, give me a second here. What all were the awards that they had? They had Game of the Year, which was just the big one. I gotta look at my post on Twitter. So they had that. They had the best co-op, the best RPG, and what were the other ones? Best performance by Neil Newborn, best community support, best RPG, best multiplayer, and best player's voice. I mean, all of those are just some huge wins for them. And then all the Spider-Man fans were throwing a little crying fit, saying that it's got nominated, what was it, 7 categories, and it'd take home a single award. No, I didn't. I don't recall Starfield being nominated. Let's double check real quick. I don't believe Starfield was nominated at all. Let's double check real quick. Complete winners list. No. I want There we go. Space combat. You're talking about Starfield, right? This is not what I wanted. There was a link that I was looking at yesterday that showed all the nominees for the categories and then the winners. So, Game of the Year, Alan Wake, Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah. Is there an easier way to do the next? Yes. Wasn't in game direction. Not in best narrative. Art direction, no. Score and music, no. Audio design, nope. Performance, nope. Innovation and accessibility, nope. Impact, nope. Ongoing, nope. Support, nope. It wasn't an independent game, wasn't a debate indie, wasn't a mobile game, wasn't VR, AR, action game, nope. Action adventure, nope. Okay, so Starfield was only nominated for Best RPG, and that lost out to Baldur's Gate 3. Wasn't a fighting game. Best family, no. Sim strategy, no. Sports racing, best multiplayer. Didn't even make that category. And I'm glad Baldur's Gate 3 beat out Diablo 4. Yeah, Starfield is... Starfield is just... It's its own little interesting game. I mean, you have the Bethesda aspects to it as far as unlimited loot hoarding and everything. Depending on your gameplay, you could do just brute force or stealth and stuff like that. So, I mean, it has all the aspects of the Bethesda games. But I think what they more invested in was the Game Plus mode. So with the Game Plus mode, yeah, you restart your character, but you keep the powers that you obtain throughout the special powers, I should say, throughout the game. And that's when like things start getting more interesting as you're like, I guess technically starting over and reliving your life. I have it through Game Pass, and I haven't been playing it lately because I haven't had the time. I mean, between all the games that I want to play, the games that I stream, I mean, it's overloaded. I mean, right now I'm currently doing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 off stream before I decide to stream it, because between Elite Dangerous, which is my primary game that I stream, and then a couple of games that are coming up, like I have I'm currently in the process of talking with Orange Phoenix, Commander Damascus, Commander Dave, and we're all talking about doing collabs for Lethal Company. So we're trying to set up a streaming day for that. We're also in the talks of doing Sea of Thieves together and streaming that. So, I mean, my plate is just booked. So I want to get through Rogue Trader first, because that's one game that I've been dying to play on stream. And then after Rogue Trader, I'm going to replace that with Baldur's Gate 3. Was certainly better than Starfield. Have you completed at least one main quest line? One main quest line in what? In Baldur's Gate 3? Or in Starfield? Yes. And we finally got a release date for Skull and Bones too. No, I haven't. I've actually been more lost in doing the side quests. I haven't even beaten Starfield yet. Like I said, it's a Bethesda game, so you get lost in side quests. Side questing is a must. So I haven't even gotten to Game Plus mode. Right. All I know is what has been shared on Twitter and some of the socials and spoken through some of the YouTubers that I, watch. And the biggest one that I always watch is Carnage. But he did a review after he did his initial run through on Starfield. And he said the one thing he regretted doing was rushing through the game to get to New Game Plus. So he said he wished that he took his time playing it. Oh, I love Ko. Ko is a streamer that inspires me, and I mean, I idolize him, and to the point where, like, I someday would like to get to the position where he's at, where, because of what his ethnics are, I mean, he literally provides jobs for people. I mean, he pays his moderators. He pays his YouTube content creator. Yes, he's also done a voice character in Cyberpunk. I mean, he's over the last, I want to say 3 years, he's done a lot of guest appearances or voice acting. So he plays the homeless conspiracy priest in Cyberpunk. Yeah. So when you go down to what is that section in Cyberpunk? The one section at the time that I last played it where you could hire the hookers. There is a character that is a conspiracy theorist there. That's Carnage. That's literally his character. It looks like him, and it's his voice acting. And apparently he's also become a co-partner in a what's it look like? Give me a second here. You gotta go to Firefox. And we want images. There we go. And go back to OBS. Now I pretty much only use Firefox, though I do have Opera on my phone. Yeah, no, I for the most part use Firefox, but I have to use Chrome for stream at the moment because it's the only application that has a chat widget for me to be able to take all the chats from Rumble and YouTube and put them all together in one box for me to read. Where is... Don't have it. All right. so let's create a new one real quick. Browser. And then we're going to take this link right here. Copy. So that's Co-Carnage's character right there in Cyberpunk. And this is the first time I've seen you in my channel there, Jack B. Bosma. So, no, not that I'm aware of. I'm definitely not following you yet. And then, yes, RunaCat, Rumble. Rumble is an alternative platform, so it's kind of like it's a different type of beast compared to Twitter. So, but it's like a Twitter-esque channel, and they've started pushing streaming on their platform, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. So I don't want to jump on the Kick bandwagon. I'm not fully sold on the Kick services, but Rumble is definitely an alternate channel that I'd like to stream to and try to build up on Rumble. But yeah, that is Co-Carnage's character in Cyberpunk. And as you can say, they pretty much got his face down. Wearing the beanie cap, got the beard, the mustache. So that is his character. And for the longest time, he knew about that character being in the game. He just couldn't talk about it. But once when Cyberpunk left beta and was released, he was able to use it. Never heard of Rumble? Yeah, like I said, it's a new service. Give me a second here. There you go. That's the link to Rumble. Like I said, it's nothing really too fancy, but they are trying to push live content on there. They're trying to, I don't know if they've given up on the Twitter aspect, but they're definitely trying to provide content creators an alternative to YouTube and Twitch. So they've been trying to build that up, and in my opinion, it's been doing me good. I get a lot of lurkers in the Rumble, so, like, I mean, currently right now I have 11 people watching me on Rumble. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I got YouTube going on right now. No one's watching me on YouTube, but, like, I mean, Rumble's been doing really good. Get a lot of people come in and hang out, chat, or either they just sit there and lurk and give me that little sweet lurk view. I am located in the United States on the West Coast. All right, back to the game. So that's where I am at. West Coast. Got some
This
goods
ocular
there.
implant was a worthwhile investment.
So yeah, I usually stream around this time of night. I usually start around 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. Western, or 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So usually for you guys over there in Europe, it's early morning for you guys.
I always have a backup plan.
And I actually
Welcome
get
in, Commander.
the most support from those from Europe. Fresnel! What's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Titles and authors are printed in gold on the spine of the book. The library contains works on the Imperium, theology, law, codices, biographical sketches, and chronicles of the greatest military conflicts of Kronos Expanse and the Galaxis sector. I know, I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. Redoing personal project site
Is there
and
money to be
design.
made?
I'm still in basically the tutorial area, but it's been doing really good. I played this during the beta, and I have 300 hours worth of time in the beta. So I am finally
Just
getting to
as I
play the
planned.
release edition. Restore power.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
OP, welcome in, Commander.
Welcome in, Commander.
Here it is. That's you. That's you. Yes, that works. We twist his will for you.
It looks like it's actually getting faster.
What is going on there, OP? What is going on there?
Warp speed.
I haven't
Rise
played
to
Realms
the
of
top,
Ruin yet.
or get
Wait a minute,
left
hold
in
on.
the dust.
Realms of Ruin. Is that the Eldar one? No. No. Not even close. Real shot on real-time strategy, Realms of Ruin. Haven't even seen
Keep
that.
your
I didn't
wits
even know
about
that
you.
about that one. Haven't played it, that's for sure. Vermintide 2 is amazing. I've played very little of it, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Alright, so we gotta blow up the door. Oh, Realms and Ruins, the latest one from
The
FDev?
Emperor
Okay.
favors me.
I always keep my options open.
We got some goodies over here. Loot the body. Benches and even the cogitator torn from its proper place and stacked in a rough semblance of a barricade. But yeah, Warhammer 40k
I
Rogue
always
Trader.
have
This
a
is
backup
OwlCat
plan.
Games' newest addition to their games. So they took a lot of the aspects from their Pathfinder games and implemented it into this game. Alright, so yeah, no. We're gonna want to go back this way because that's progression. And it is really good.
I'll
8%.
learn from this mistake.
Saves coming for the win. Friend was testing Tempest Fall. Is that another 40k game? $1 million on a VR set. It is Warhammer? Okay. Yeah, someday I would like to own a VR headset. I mean, especially for Elite Dangerous. But I know that those VR headsets are just an arm and a leg. I got other things I got to worry about first before I can even get a VR set. Doesn't allow you to do landscape? I haven't tried Rumble Out on mobile yet.
I won't let it define me.
Really? Nope. Probably level up and then we'll try again. Ages of Sigmar, you think it's the timeline? See, I have no knowledge of well, Ages of Sigmar, that was a good novel line, but I haven't really read that far into it. I think I read in order up to book 4 of Ages of Sigmar. No, all of my Warhammer lore is Old World. Old World is gone though. But Ages of Sigmar, like I said, I've read only up to book 4. And actually, I was really enjoying that line. I like between that and the Horus Heresy novels. I mean, those two were really good. But at the time that all of those were being pumped out, it was time that I wasn't really making a whole lot of money. So, I mean, for the most part, I had to rent the books from libraries. And a lot of times they were getting out of order. Sigma has been slated as a clunky game. Haven't played it myself. Especially after the Fall of Witches of Vendome. I haven't gotten that far yet. Alright, so we're leveling you up. Rank 3. And then I get Revel and Slaughter, yeah. And then for you, Expose Weakness. Okay. And Revel and Slaughter. Quick save that. Which, by the way, yeah. Yep. And I don't blame Games Workshop for doing that. I think it was childish, but that all had to do with them getting a new CEO at the time. It's like, I mean, one of the biggest causes to that was they were trying to do a lot of copyright lawsuits against people. I think they won 2 of them, but a third one that they had spent a lot of time and invested money into was trying to win a lawsuit that would copyright Space Marine. And it was against an author that had written a book titled Space Marine. And at the end of that, they ended up losing that copyright battle, which further sped up them changing a lot of things and pretty much doing away with the old world. So, and that happened, what, 2015, I think, is when all of that started happening. GW. When did that happen? $2013. That's when they lost that one. Yeah, it really was. But this was during the period where they were trying to bully everyone with copyright to things that they were using in their universe. So, I mean, they tried to copyright Space Marine, and they tried to sue someone about it for using it in a book. But when it went to court, they ended up losing horribly, ended up having to pay a lot in lawyer fees. And I think that was what triggered them to finally start changing everything. So instead of Eldar, they switched it to Aldari, spelt with an A. They changed the name of orcs too, didn't they? They call them something different now. I don't know, because at that time, that's when I pretty much gave up on 40k. And that's when I switched over to Blood Bowl. No, it was a novel. They tried to sue an author that was using Space Marines in their novel. And it failed epically. I mean, I guess that the kindest way to say it is they were laughed out of court and had to pay all the fines. But that was during the period of time, like I said, when they got a new CEO, and that CEO was trying to copyright everything for GW, so that way they could pretty much make more money. And after that last failure is when they started changing everything so that way they could copyright it. And that's the extent of my knowledge on that situation.
That's how it's done.
There we go. Got it unlocked that time. What is my injury doing? Got growth right there. And what's this? Deck officers grants plus 5% armor. So we're gonna give that to Abelard. There we go. Is there anything else in here? No. But yeah,
Always keep your eye on the price.
That was an interesting period of time for Games Workshop, and like I said, I think that was around the time when they started doing the wasn't that around the time that they started doing the end of days for the old world for Warhammer? Something I can't see a thing. Yeah, there was a lot of lawsuits and drama. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat. Wiping your face, a moment later a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencius. Yeah. Then that's not including Starcraft. Theodora, her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, and the other raised in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my hair? Argentina goes as still as a statue, then slowly raises her weapon. An apparition, a sorceress apparition, trickery of the war. Sister, you will lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He is staring at the rogue trader, and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. How did you get here? Aren't you in pain? That is impossible. Oh, that is true. They are called terrain marines, aren't they? I do remember it was the same time that Homeworld folks were suing a lot of people. Yeah, it was just a bizarre era. Like after 2010, I mean, now technically, like that would have been after the housing bubble burst in the United States, and everyone was recovering from that recession. I think there is a 3-book saga called Last Rains. Never heard of that one. Ah, jeez. That was during the... Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness, Johann Draken. To renounce weakness of spirit is curse of greatness, and the only path to height worthy of a rogue raider. Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. I can lead you out of the flames, Johann Draken. Show you a path, rid you of the pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And an answer can be nothing other than acceptance. OP. I understand that copyright must be a thing, but sometimes those companies take a bit too far. They absolutely do. And the DMCA's is just record companies being stupid greedy. Do not listen to this abomination, Johann Draken. You are, if there is not but his light in your heart, you're resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects his faithful. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceit promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul. To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. The people. Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Johann Draken, the survivors from the middle deck. We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around. Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if they were a body of water between you and them. Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Ed. Dara breaks off and starts coughing violently. Her knees buckle and she looks like she is about to fall. Johann Draken, what are we waiting for? Ah, so they changed. They did change all of this too. Dogmatic, heretical, iconoclast. Walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Accept the offer of help. Take my pain away and give me power. People off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. No, we're gonna walk through the fire. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness, but are powerless to stop you. You take a step forward, an illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you. Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind, and the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. Ah! The blinding inferno, the howling fire, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out. Barely able to stay on your feet, the blood is pouring in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The blood rushes in your temples, and a horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind, before subtly retreating. As if driven away by some mighty will, a new strength spreads throughout your veins, and despite the wounds, you body is once more ready for the trials and struggles. You open your eyes and see, aglow with warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. Blame endless space. In the next moment, you are struck with another realization that the repulsive presence, the one that has plagued your mind since Vogtur wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? You're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Stir, Johann Draken, Master Johann Draken, can you hear me? Merlin's voice cuts through the din and the pounding. Sinchel Abelard, Surin is leaning over you, peering into your face with a look of worry. He notices your gaze and breathes a sigh of relief. See, I wish they would have narrated that section as well. That would have been really good.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Argentina kneels next to you, and for the first time you see her eyes radiant pure, unclouded joy. Behind Argentina, you see Hidera Tlas doubled over in a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who were following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. Did you see that? The Aquila, it was glowing. We're still alive. Fancy that. The Emperor protects Sinchel.
Indeed he does. Huh. If I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
Your tone renders Abelard motionless. Then he quickly makes the holy sign of the Aquila himself.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
The Dara wipes her mouth and rasps.
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Argentina is staring straight ahead, then crosses her arms over her chest with reverence. See, yeah, they should have narrated that part. Come on now.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What, we'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her!
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Argentina herself sounds proud, even fevered. Raise a stand tall. No element holds power over the righteous. Dismiss the help and stand up on your own. I feel fine. Allow Abelard to help you up. Admittedly, I've been better. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much further. Ethelred von Valacia stares at you without trying to hide his astonishment and trepidation. Johann Draken, did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake. I hurried here to join forces with you and the others. It's time to push the heretics back. It was the only way. We are here in response to your Vox call. I loathe being late for an engagement. We're gonna go with that. Indeed it is, Johann Draken. Ethelred makes the sign of the Aquila and gives you another look. This time, one of concern. Your wounds. 85% chance. Look closely at Ethelred. There we go. Ethelred does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue. The skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, consequence of contact with the war. So we got, you are not in the best shape yourself, Ethelred. My faith will keep me upright with a weapon in my hand. That is all that matters. I can fight, at least for the time being. They certainly are ugly. I'd rather sit this one out while you lot deal with the heretics. No, we're gonna go with that. Ethelred holds up his hand in a placating gesture. Pray forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who has answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in our voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodore on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways? It was at this very elevator, Master Ethelred. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the arch-militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, we all heard from her all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts. This is troubling, and the time is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Conrad was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorceress rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once. I shall go to Theodore's chambers to find her. Ethelred nods, a reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, Johann Draken, may the Emperor bless you. Bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle. Ethelred salutes you with his weapon and turns to his retinue. Alrighty.
Is there money to be made?
Time to explore, see what we can find. Can't go that way. Stack discharges. Loot.
Keep your wits about you.
Let's see, can we go further that way? Looks like it, but yeah, there we go. Nothing here.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, we got goods here. Alright, back to the elevator. So how's everyone doing this fine day? What are you guys all up to?
I always have a backup plan. What do we have here?
Ooh. Got some goods here. Just crap to sell.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I know. Not only that, but at the Game Awards, they also announced that No Man's Sky is going to continue getting more new content. As the stateroom, the generator machines, and crude wall panelings indicate that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests. We got goods right there. Got a door there. Goods. What do we got here? Lex mechanic goggles, grants +3 logic. I know, right? And the new game looks really good. I'm gonna be excited to see the new game. Find those ways with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. And then that's what we read, right? Yeah. Can't go that way. So the only place left to go is here.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright, so give me 1 second, everybody. I do need to use the restroom real quick and grab myself something to drink, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, and I'm back, everyone. Let's see, catch up on what Drasnell said. So with the news about the new game they're making for the last 5 years, Starfield was such a bummer for me that I'm over with new games for the time being. Gonna stick with the ones that I need to finish. The list is, yeah, my list is big too. Still gotta finish Starfield myself, but I want to finish this. I mean, after 300 hours of being stuck at the end of, what? Well, maybe stuck at the beginning of Chapter 3 or at the midpoint of Chapter 3 and not being able to see how the story progresses. Still got to complete Baldur's Gate 3, which is just phenomenal. Then it got ED. Then Lethal Company. OP, if you're still here, when are we going to stream Lethal Company? I can't wait. And then Sea of Thieves, too. Sea of Thieves came out with its big, really noteworthy feature for Season 10, which is the Calm Seas, the private server where you can sail with 4 or 3 other friends. Me and OP were testing that out. Early this morning for him and super late morning for me. Yeah, that was this morning. Yeah. So we got that going on. I mean, there's just so much to do, so many games to finish. I mean, looking at my Steam library, it's like I want to complete Rogue Trader on stream. I still have to complete Alien Isolation on stream. And when I get done with Rogue Trader, I want to do Beldar's Gate 3. I still have to complete Atomic Heart on stream. Need to pick up Phantom Liberty and play Cyberpunk again. What else have we got going on in here? Meow, wow. Come on, George. Oh, you're being that way, huh? You're being that way, huh? Okay. Come on, George. You're being a spoiled boy. All right, there you go, buddy. So yeah, what else do I got going on? Got Tiny Tina's. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I actually want to do the Mines of Moria game. The Mines of Moria, like, I mean, after everyone talking about it, after seeing some gameplay of it, I definitely want to play. I also want to get, like, other people to play that with. Oops. I know, it's just good games keep coming out. Yep. Wow. It's going to be hard to finish Starfield, considering the fact that New Game Plus. And the New Game Plus just keeps going and going and going. Just the other day, they made a report that one of the lead streamers of Starfield has made New Game Plus 31. So the last big news about that is he's one of the first players to get that far. Yeah, I haven't even made that far. Like, currently in the storyline of Starfield, where I left off was when I got introduced to the other members of the society. And then I have to choose whether I go to the space station to pursue other artifacts, or if I go off with the companion with his daughter. So in the main storyline, that's where I'm at. And then I went with the secondary storyline with the military faction, where you when you get done with your service, you can actually become a citizen. Yeah, no, I haven't recovered more parts. I recovered the one that you're supposed to from the oh crap. I forget what the name of that guy is. It's when you go back to Seoul and you have to go speak to the patrol guy. I just shot everyone from the factions. So yeah, like so in that storyline, I stopped off at the part where you meet up with the old doctor, you take him back to the headquarters, and then you're going to the archives to request the stuff about the big bad monster. I can't even think of it. What do they call them? Yeah, it's been so long since I've last played it. But that's where I'm in that secondary storyline, and that's as far as into the game I've gotten. A lot of it has been exploring and doing secondary missions or side quests. And then To the Lord Captain's quarters. Sarah made you do it. I've been in the process of romancing Sarah. I do like Sarah as a character and a companion. She's a lot of fun. All right. What do we got going on here?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh, look at this luxurious bath/pool. Let's go for a dip, boys. Aw, won't let us in. I know, right? I absolutely love her character. Is there anything going on in here? Oh, looks like we're at ads. Next step is through here. Oh, she's dead. She's dead, Jim. She's dead. A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board, light and smooth. The surface is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. Supposed to be able to read that. And we got this nice little weapon wall and we can't even pull anything off of it. Eldar Shuriken, some grenades. Melta pistol. Chain axe. Power hammer. That looks like an Eldar D cannon. Flamer. Heavy bolter. I know, right? Read the book. Alright, so there's the militant. Oh, we got a helmet. Grants +5 armor. Deck officer's helmet. So that's the same thing as the one that I put on Abelard, right? Cannot be equipped by this character. Dogmatic follower. Do I get to wear it? Yeah, I can wear it. There we go. But that takes the lexic mechanic goggles.
I always have a backup plan.
Rotator's cloak. Oop. All right.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
See, I don't understand that right there. And there's no way to edit.
I always keep my options open.
Party group ins for some reason. The murder scene looks. Theodora Van Valencia's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
The Sister of Battle surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the arch-militant's body.
No!
I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Dara's heart-rending scream shakes the wall as she collapses to her knees, her body shuddering as she weeps.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Abelard, stunned, takes a few steps forward and leans heavily on the edge of the desk. His eyes are locked on Theodora's body. Almost certainly, he loathed Theodora. I doubt it. With humiliation suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Pull yourself together, Idara.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise. The last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Idara, would you try touching Theodora? Maybe you might be able to see the killer through her eyes?
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
Examine the Arch-Militant's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter in shards of his skull. The safety on the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC, and a seal with a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Handwritten letter with seal. Who knows? Arch-Militant didn't kill her, though. Somebody else, a third party, was present, killed the Arch-Militant, then killed Theodora. But the question is, who? Lore Imperium test succeeded? And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addressed to Theodora von Valencia signed it with the seal of one of the Holy Ordos of the Imperious Inquisition. The secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Inspect the shards on the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. You think so? We'll find out at some point. Idara, what did these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces,
drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad, and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Adara scoots up a handful of the shards and clenches them in her fist with strength that blood starts dripping to the floor. She shakes her hands and looks frightened.
Tainted witchcraft.
You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Adara herself. We had best be on our way.
The crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Adara clenches her fist. Reach the Witchet Bridge. The murder scene looks like something caught the victims by surprise. No one had time to react with what's happening.
Let us not dawdle.
Now we can expect everything else. The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. We read that. It still
Keep
won't let
your
us read
wits
the book.
about you.
Interesting. Nothing to see there. Alright, so we got in here.
You will die screaming!
Don't you dare to cross us!
Are you ready to die?
I know, that is one thing I've always loved about 40k as well, or even in the old world of Warhammer, that just everything was so large, and as long as without, well, pretty much Games Workshop would tap a certain author's shoulder and say, hey, we want you to do this and that, but that would be concerning like something massive. But other than that, they were given free reign just to create their own characters and everything else, and that's what I really loved about it. And I've always loved dark fantasy, dark sci-fi writings of 40k. Alright, so Abelard there. Yeah.
Follow my lead. Took care of this one.
Yep. Dan Abbott and Graham Neal. Right? I believe it's Graham Neal. Graham Neal, Black Library. No, McNeil. Yeah. Two of my favorite writers, and I believe it was Graham McNeil that did that should tell me, hopefully. maybe it's not Graham McNeil that wrote Cypher's Kane. Who wrote Cypher's Kane? Sandy Mitchell. It was Sandy Mitchell that wrote the Cypher's Kane novels. But between those three authors, they were my favorite out of the Black Library. Yeah, he wrote the Eisenhorn trilogy, then the Ravenlore. Then he also, his one of the most successful and longest running is the first and only, the Tanith Ghosts, or as it's now called, Gaunt's Ghosts. Like, Dan Abnett has written so many novels. How many novels does he has for Black Library? He's got to be pushing like 50. Because he's done a lot of the Horus Heresy novels. No. Yeah, go to Lexicanum. And I've fallen behind on the Gaunt's novels. So he's got 16 in that series alone. He's got 11 short stories. And then he's got the Eisenhorn, which is 4 books. Ravenlore, which is 3. The Bequin trilogy, which is 3. A bunch of more short stories. And then the Horus Heresy. 7. So he's got 7, and the End of the Death, which is 3 parts. Then a bunch of short stories. Brothers of the Snake, Double Eagle, Titanicus. A bunch of more short stories. And he's done the comic graphic novels. Then he's done 2 background books. So it's like a lot. $21, $22, $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30, $31, $32, $33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40, $41, $42, $43, $45, $46, $47, $48, $49, $50, $51, $52, $53, $54, $55, $56, $57, $58, $59, $60, $61, no, 58, because the omnibuses are just re-releases. So yeah, he's almost got 100 books alone from Black Library, and that's not including the other books and novels that he's written outside of the 40k universe. Well, I love the writing of the Cypher's Kane, where it's more of a living biography as he's telling his stories. And I love the interactions between him and, I forget what the name of the Inquisitor, what her name was. But I always love how, I don't know, it's just, that was such a well-rounded character all in all. Really love Cypher's Kane. Abelard.
At your beck and call.
He's done. Combat Super Tour.
I'll see to it personally. Another enemy down.
Thank you. And Inquisitor Vale. I really did enjoy her character. Is that 34%? Yeah.
I'll make it happen.
The Emperor's
Oh,
face.
you fucking gotta be.
Captain, a new commander has followed your transmission.
Bruno_cat is now following.
Oh, RunaCat, thank you for the follow. Oh, that sucked.
I'll see to it personally.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
You need to switch to your bolter, goddammit. There we go.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. It's why I was
Not by
chosen.
much.
Yep, Jurgen. It was basically Jurgen that, Jurgen was the reason why Inquisitor Vale, like, focused on, Kane. Oh. There's still several of those novels that I'm missing, too, I haven't read. I think there's, like, 3 novels that I'm missing that I haven't read of hers so far. But I mean, I thoroughly love all of those books. Those books were just so great.
Need your aegis, O Emperor.
Yikes.
Stop mocking me.
Alright, well, you're gonna come up behind. You're gonna finish him off for me. Hopefully.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Yeah, nice.
It will be done.
There. Let's get a shot.
Who, if not me?
Unload into him.
Will do.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Anyone see that?
Hopefully, this will finish him off. Nope, almost.
Indeed.
I'll see to it.
There we go. And we leveled up again. Hooray. Alright, so that is restore all it. Yeah. That's such a good ability. And then now we get to actually give him a trait. So we got so many new traits. Thick skin. Damage deflection. Their parry chances increased by 25%. of the warrior's total armor. Desolation. Bonus damage to enemies and have no allies in the adjacent cells. You gain +1 epicenter of slaughter until the end of combat. It has 50% wounds. They gain +5 and a critical chance. No. Alright, next. You kill it. Weapon personalization. All ranged weapons dealing physical damage have +1. Outnumbered. What is... already, okay. So you're a Navy officer from an Imperial world, okay. It's important to know that because certain abilities give certain characters. Yeah, see, like that. Ready to say, when an Imperial world character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or effect, an ally with such an ability, their resolve is increased. Grenadier. Advanced skill tech use. Character gains +13 athletics. So all it does is give you +13 to a skill. Okay. Base skill athletics. Okay, so that's what that does. Gotcha. Training strength. Character gains +5. Efficiency, dual weapon combat. The character can attack with a second weapon if the character can attack with a second weapon in their current weapon set, in addition to usual one attack per round. So for -20. The roller would probably be the navigator and the play character. Yeah, the navigator, and I did go with the nobility background, so yep. Is there anyone else? No. Because the other characters that you get the Space Marine, which in the beta I was not happy with the Space Marine. When you finally get that Space Wolf, it's just, he was the worst character. I tried using him once and it's just like god awful. The starting stuff that they equipped with that Space Marine was just all close combat oriented. And it's a fucking Space Marine with terrible ballistics, and I'm like, crappy. Was not happy when we finally got to that character. See, yeah, look at this. Locked. Required level 22. Features lore Xeno or base skill lore Xenos. So that's how you unlock that. Okay, so it had to be level 22. But what I was interested in was this one right here. Yes and no. So during the character creation, you start developing your character. So one of the first things they ask you is what is your character's background? So you could either be, for him, is naval officer. For myself, I went with noble. She's gonna be psyker. Yeah, unsanctioned psyker. And then, what is she going to be considered as? Humanity's finest. No, that is for being Imperial World. I guess she gets the Adeptus Sororitas. But then after that, so that was your character's job, pretty much. Then you got to choose what homeworld that they come from. And I think actually the homeworld was the first one that you chose. So you go homeworld, then what your character was before you became the rogue trader, and then you get other small choices. So I'm trying to say, let's go back to my character. Did I choose Hive World? Yeah, I did choose Hive World. So I chose Hive World for my home world. And then I was a noble from the home world. And I'm trying to see, like, Grim Portents. Here we go. So this was something that was different. So this is a negative trait that they make you choose. Apex of Brilliance. This gave me better persuasiveness. And strength in numbers comes from the Hive World. Same with You Serve Me comes from Noble. That was the negative, and then that was the positive. Yeah, and then, well, because I chose a noble background, I still would have been noble. But once when you become the rogue trader, which I'm not yet, then I would be considered noble. But the character class progression is actually really neat. I like it. And then these are all the different skills and traits that you can pick up along the way. And they pretty much tripled it compared to what it was before. I'm just trying to see what all new ones that they added since the beta and what they've changed. So Abelard is our close combat specialist, and he gets really OP. So the second suffers a minus 20 penalty to weapon skill and ballistic skill, and it costs plus 1 AP more. Not that great. Strength 45. Heavy armor proficiency. Okay. Character level required 4. Not yet. That's a good one to get for him. Nimble. That's a good one as well. That's a dodge in general, I believe. See, I'm thinking about getting this one for now, or maybe even swift movements. Probably swift movements. Yeah, they have the Space Wolf as melee oriented, but not a fond of that. Have I played Battlefield 2042 recently? No, I haven't, Drasnell. Yeah, we have, because I have it. Did I download it since we talked about that, or did I not download it yet? Oh, no, I have it downloaded. Just need to update it. So yeah, I have Battlefield 2042 downloaded. I just need to update it, though. Combat Master. Oh, that's actually not bad right there. Enemies gain no melee superiority bonuses against this character. That's another good one to have. I like keeping the chainsword on Abelard. Blade Fury. Has there? Charge and push increases damage range, defensive stance. can't. Gosh, just disengage. Crowd kill. Alright, so that's for something different. Rigorous training. Charges such do not end the warrior's movement and grants +10. Ooh, that's new and that's kind of neat. Interception. -1. Hardened scars. Living shield. Enemies suffer a bystand penalty to their hit chance with range attacks, including area attacks against a warrior. For every enemy in a 1-cell radius around the warrior, stacks up to 3 times. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. This increased open engagement. So many good choices. We'll go with that one. For me. So now we get this firearm mastery equal to their weapons rate of fire, using the weapon attack that normally costs at least. Okay, so rapid reload. That was a good one, but I don't need that at the moment. Unpredictable. Gains plus 3 plus agility bonus. What is my agility bonus? Percent critical hit chance. The bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of attack. Fired up. +1 to the end of turn. Combat, no. Tenderize. Don't do area attacks. Gain a guaranteed critical hit against that enemy. That's an interesting one. The first hit of each burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. So that'll be great for her. Tactical disengage. Features dash. I need to get dash to get that. Enough bullets for everyone. In turn deals to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldier during the turn. Swift slaughter. Prevalent slaughter can be used after 2 kills instead of 3. It does not reduce dodge. I don't want to get you last weapon expert. Blah. Maybe because eventually I'll get the long las. It will not die. Increase wounds. Overpower. When firing heavy weapons, what do we need for heavy weapons? Reduces the acquired strength value for heavy weapons by -25. All additional stuff. Outnumber. Not a high worlder. Oh no, I am a high worlder. Wait. Character has melee superiority against the enemy? No. Weapon personalization always. Dealing physical damage. Have +1. +5 armor penetration. +1 rate of fire. And -5 to recoil. Yeah, we get that one first. There we go. And honestly, I don't care about you, girl. Let's see, what is this? Dismantling attack. Constant exposure. Exposed weakness costs 0. Okay, that's not bad. Flesh target. Full one's attack deal is 10. Yeah. Weak body, weak soul. Toughness and willpower by 3. Tide of excellence. Trying to think, but actually, you get. Did they change that? When do we get this? Character level required at 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, so can't do that yet. Better to die for the Emperor. Warp Minds. Nope. Might be. Unnatural luck. All the sectors uncover all resistant tests. Okay, something manipulation. Second broad. Additional, this is skill bonus damage. Force weapon attack steals. And then for you. Yeah, alright, so rapid rack and ruin, commodore, unpredictable, fired up. What was it that we were talking about getting for her? Actually, you're gonna get the same thing that I got, which was the personalized weapon. Where was that one? Is it back down this way? Just trying to put together. Heresy, doing my part better, ready to serve. When can you unlock that? Strength 45, so I'd have to raise it up 3 times. And you already have this feature. Alright, so she already has it. Never mind. Advanced skills. Base skills. Characteristic training. Training ballistic skill. Overpowered or dual weapon. Plasma Malta. It will not die. Malta. Las weapon. It's for everyone. Point blank. Does she not have access to it? Crap. How does she not have access to it, but I did? Let's double check. What was the name of that skill? Really? personalization. So you're telling me she doesn't get the weapon personalization? Not up there. Flinching Faith. Melee flame and melta attacks against demons and psychers deal an additional damage. Armor penetration. Litany of hatred, litany of purification, strung together. No heresy, doing my part. Ready to serve. Basic skills. Character training, breaking point. Overpower. Critical hit chances increased by plus BS bonus and critical damage. Heavy weapon proficiency. Dice, solid projectile, expert. Well, I might have to go with that. Weapon attacks gain plus 2 minimum damage. More weapon, nimble. So, combat master. Clarity, second skin, so swat. No, apparently she does not gain access to that one for whatever reason. So that is rather disappointing. So, ballistic skill, mastery. All right, there we go. So that is actually rather interesting that she didn't get access to that skill. So I wonder if that's because of homeworld settings. What do we got here? Grace of Oblivious, where plus 5 toughness and their intelligence less than 35. Go. Use that. Plus 5 toughness of their intelligence. So we can use it. I think Alot will get the most out of it. What is this? A handwritten letter with a seal. Esteemed Theodora, change of circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Riken system. One of my agents, interrogator Henriks von Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him full passage to the Furibunda system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of the interrogator von Kalak's activities on Riken Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Kalak himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. XC. Nani, thank you for the fireworks. How are you doing, Nani? Okay. Anything else to collect? Nope. All right. Off to the Void ship. And I believe this will be the last section for tonight. I still don't understand this. Okay. Loot, loot, loot. Let's gather up all the loot.
Is there money to be made?
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
No, leave the people alone, you bastard! Brad looks somewhat harrowed, but is still in one piece. He glances at you, then over your shoulder, clearly alarmed. Johann Draken, you are here, but where's the Lord Captain? Theodore von Valencius is dead. I found her and the arch-militant in her study. The Red's eyes widen. God, Emperor, preserve us. The rogue trader is dead. The ship has lost our Lord Captain in the house its head. Ethelred shudders and
Welcome in,
grabs
Commander.
his shoulders. Nani? I'm doing good, sweetheart. I'm doing good. Just playing some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As you watch, the sleeve of his jacket burst open and 2 bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing there, the warp is strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second, the warp ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp along with the wart and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. Idara looks anxious at Ethelred. Then she glances back at you. I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. The ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first restore communication between the bridge and the navigator of Sanctum. Perhaps the warp does not have to be the end. No, I forbid you! Worthy words of the righteous soul. Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge. Ethelred stares at you, and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. Then we have no right to bow our heads. And there goes the second one. No! You see Conrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. We are out of time. Ethelred bites his knuckles, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Ethelred's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. To Ethelred, that complicates things. To the party, ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor. Draw your weapon. You duplicitous cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged. What? Theodora is dead? Stares at you in seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that cannot be. Not now. I still haven't. Ethelred lowers his head. Then he sighs and locks eyes with you, his gaze cold, haughty, and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I will take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Ethelred, don't!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Yeah, that's the third one. Runs away, and then Ethelred becomes possessed. Oh, such an ugly beastie.
Run, fools, or fall! Crush them!
Provide full cover. That's partial cover. There, able large. There, and large. Yeah. Gotta get rid of this baddie.
Giving us a taste of what's to come. I'll make it happen. On it. The best defense is a good offense.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Get that again.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Something that big and she still misses. Come on. Ah. Can't wait to get their ballistic skills up. Well, that sucked.
But of course. So that's what that
come on.
Stop it!
Left. And we missed.
Who if not me? And mere pain won't stop me.
I'm not interested.
Can't not pick her back up. Fantastic.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Will do. On it. I'm not so sure.
What?
That is not my destiny.
I think it's going to affect her condition. Okay. So you won't let me do that? Fine.
I'll make it happen.
Aim and duty go hand in hand.
Will do. But of course.
goes. It sucks up another guy.
I'm still standing. Just barely. It's as good as good. Enemy down. 5 battles.
Another voice to join my choir.
I guess we're gonna go ahead and use that now. I don't know what happened there, but okay. We lost. What the hell did happen there?
Make it happen.
Time.
Your end was inevitable. On it.
I'll do it. Can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Kill him all the way, huh?
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
At your beck and call.
So there, they'll be able to do it. Yeah.
Cover me. Anything else? On it.
My ears are ringing.
Got the targets there.
Consider this a taste of what's to come.
I'm in hurry.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. With you, my Emperor! like fire.
Almost took her out.
Indeed.
Yeah. What does this one do again? The one around the allies, or the allies of the three souls.
It will be done.
I know what is to come. Was it you? Or... But of course.
Who, if not me? You should have thought twice before crossing me.
Go. Do that again. I missed 2 of those shots. Unfortunate. Your turn.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I go into the light. Chosen.
Such is their will.
Welcome in, Commander.
Hey, Jolene, welcome in, Commander 07. How are you doing? Oh, thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend too, even though you're already started, right? Yeah. You're working on your Saturday morning?
I always have a backup plan.
What we've got here? Blade shard. Operator's gloves. Rogue Trader's cloak. Each enemy at a 2-cell radius versus what am I
Welcome in,
using?
Commander.
You're busy with the new stickers? Nice. Obi, welcome in, buddy. How's it going? I know, right? I know, because I can't stream until the kids go to bed. Requires iconoclast follower. Each hero attack used in battle increases the wearer's dodge. But okay, nice. So yeah, till the kids go to bed, I can't get on the stream.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So I usually don't get started streaming until about 11 p.m. By then, you and Wookie are usually like well into your streaming. What time do I have right now? It is 5:21 a.m. Pacific Standard. Yep, it really is, because like Wookie starts at 9 and he goes up until 2. I don't start until 11, and then I pretty much go up until 6 a.m. and then rinse and repeat from there. It would be 17:31. Yeah, well, your hours are just all over the place too, though, Obi.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, never more after 2 stream-wise. Well, yeah, gaming-wise, yeah. Is there anything else to pick up and loot? No?
Rise to the top.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Old man, he was never going...
Okay, we have 1422. Ravor, Master Helmsman, System Status Report. By the Emperor, it's essential, living and breathing. The white-haired man with sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the void screens for throne knows how long. How did you people survive here? We need to re-establish contact with the... go with that. The main glances around the bridge. Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then I prayed for a rescue. We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping the warp. So what are you up to, Obi? And have you seen Lethal Company yet? I definitely know that's a game that you would have a lot of fun with Wookie and Naughty and the others. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices of commands being issued. You hear somebody sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Was drunk chatting with Stellar? Ah. How's Stellar doing anyways? More of an Emeralds game? I don't know. Lethal Company's a lot of fun. I can definitely see Emerald getting a lot of kick out of it, though. Definitely can see her getting a big kick out of that. Yeah, and then I saw your Discord message. I'm looking forward to the new stuff that No Man's Sky is going to be introducing. I'm also excited to see what and play the new game that they're creating too. He's good, all party time. Yeah, what's up, Bobby? The new mecha game. No, I did not. What's the new mecha game? Mecha break. Give me a second. Let me look this up. Mega Break is a multiplayer mech game that allows players to choose from diverse mechs, customized appearance, and battle colossal war machines. Treacherous terrain. Get ready for the ultimate showdown. Blitz, brawl, blaze. Planned release date to be announced. Honestly, it basically looks like Armored Core. It looks exactly like Armored Core. Well, no pictures of what the characters look like outside of a chest view of someone loading up into one of these machines. But no, this looks like the epitome of Armor Core. So that's, they call us children of Providence. So that is all. So that's gameplay right there. Mm. Where do I want to feed this into? Stop audio. Feed that through. Through there for now. There we go. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Fit the screen. There we go. Hold on, give me a second here, chat. Why is that not working right? And it's still playing, even though I stopped it. Where is it playing from? Yeah, it looks like the epitome of Armored Core. I really do hope that will be good, though. I do love these kind of mecha games. And then, no, Skull and Bones is coming out in February, not January. Well, I wouldn't call Armored Core slow. It just depends on how you build your mech up. You can build it up to be fast. It does look good. I just wonder what the storyline, if it's going to be storyline, because it does say multiplayer, it does say online. It should be a really interesting game, but it's not even doesn't even have a release date. So let's see, look at this. No, that's not what I want to look at. Mecha Break. So it was announced at the Game Awards. I'm going to add that to the wish list. But yeah, no planned release date to be announced. Next, robot, sci-fi, combat, action, PvP. Action, massive multiplayer. Developer and publisher is Amazing Sun. Never heard of them. Simplified Chinese, Korean, traditional Chinese. So online PvP, online co-op. Online co-op is going to be fun. Is there going to be an array of assault, melee, sniper, reconnaissance, and support mechs, each with unique playstyles? Area and ground combat and play strategic tactics for close and long-range encounters, unleashing devastating firepower, scorch foes with precision beams, and rain missiles upon the battlefield. Fully customizable mech color scheme. That's fucking really neat. That's a lot of customization. So the characters are going to be anime-esque. There's something off of that. Amazing Sun. Where is this company from? I have a feeling it's a Chinese company. Three people indie development team based in China. Yeah, that's what I thought. By judging by the character design, I figured it was Chinese. So it'd be Chinese anime based. And join squads 3 or 6 players, showcasing exceptional pilot skills to conquer foes and strategically coordinate victories. Intense 48-player battle royale combat. I wonder if that'll actually survive. Yeah, I would have to agree with that, Obi. Oh, the question is if they're going to survive. I mean, Chinese-based company. And they can avoid all the copyright crap, but the question is if it'll survive up on Steam or if it'll face the same kind of situation where Dark and Darker did, where they got yanked and they had to self-publish on their own site. Does look neat though. Apply for closed alpha on MechBreak official Discord server. I'll have to check that out later. Yeah. Squad up with 3 to 6 people, and they're going to have a 48-player battle royale. Doesn't sound like it's going to have a story mode, though. Steam's got to obey copyright laws, and they will pull games. I mean, they've already done it to multiple games. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. Does look interesting, though. And you can apply for the alpha stage in their Discord. So that might be something that you can try to do. Alright, back to this. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. Abelard pauses for a few seconds before turning to you. Johann Draken, you may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You're the only one who speaks for House von Valencies. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. Direct your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. What I must do. Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Bah, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft. Not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master Johann Draken. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk. I am ready to begin the ritual. Theodora, the image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerer's currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken the guise of Theodora. The false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain, without ever reaching your ears, and his voice booms with all the horrors of the war. Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? The vision lowers its head, its harrowing gaze boring into you. For but a moment, something changes in Theodora's expression. It almost looks like a shadow of fear? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery. You are to blame for Theodora's death. You've already resisted the temptation of once, whatever you are, you will not cloud my mind with a new illusion. Begone, phantom. The vision lets out a cawing laugh. I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph, for this triumph is the terminal point of every twist maze of fate. Your head begins to spin and the vicious drops slither down your cheek. You blink. You are no longer looking at Theodora. It is the traitor Vodka. Just as fluid and infernal as the previous apparition, the same terrifying voice ceased from his lips. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured in the steps chosen, and yet you broke the unbreakable. When you took the aspirant's place, I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the iron world, I see you by my side on that day, the day of my resurrection. The image is scattering by invisible sorcerer's winds, and you see Idara, her eyes aglow with the same sinister flame. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you in the weapon of our return to me. Cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes, a flash of crimson and purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope, without ever letting you get a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirage, you see a twisted image of Abelard, the loyal essential of the dynasty. The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine. Master Helmsman Ravnor. Ravnor turns around and looks up at you. He hesitates for a few moments, then addresses Abelard, who is standing next to you. Essential. The navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means... Abelard nods absent-mindedly. The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valicius flagship. We will honor his memory along with that of all who have died this day. Ravor does not look away. He is giving you a hard stare, his white brows furrow. Essential. Will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
It takes time for Abelard to respond. You watch as he grits his teeth, unable to bring himself to say anything. Finally, he adjusts his blood-stained coat, straightens, and begins to speak.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
After waiting out the first wave of shocked surprise, Abelard glances at you and continues. Say nothing.
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
Able to start short and glares fiercely at the confused officers.
The deed is done, Master. In my apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Central turns to you. He looks at least half a decade older. I love these cutscenes.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Essential Abelard is one of the closest associates of the late Theodora von Valancius. He has spent a decade serving the Rogue Traders Protectorate, and he clearly intends to spend another decade keeping a close eye on every negligent servant or undertrained officer. The elderly essential does not show it. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen in Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rank over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well, then, your lordship? You had us worried for a few hours there, Abelard offers a thin smile, but after witnessing you fearlessly rush into the fray on deck, the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fight was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in the Lord Captain. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle ranking officers. Some posts have to be filled by the deputies. Hold on. Some posts have to be filled by the deputy. While others go unfulfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers, Abelard grimaces. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship. They are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Even so far as you personally negotiate with the authorities of the system we are currently in, so prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge. And they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down the crew? Abelard grits his teeth. No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. Wait, Abelard, there is altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be a rogue trader. I'm ready to start briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relayed the orders to adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honor. The Lord Captain Johann Drag von Valises will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. Yawn. I have the time to be listening to every last officer on this hulking brig. Abelard, give me a purse. What are the major problems and what needs to be done? Nope. As you wish, Lord Captain. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vichdishri Ota of the Tommy Min line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Ravor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with the pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here's ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factorum Janus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers a obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standards. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for artillery aboard. The Furnace Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissa. 3 officers salute you. The Furnace Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance involving the complicated manipulation of the tech priest Mechandinin rites. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our Choir Master, the esteemed Zachary Vies, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Vies has been in trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Velici's protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. All others present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of the proceedings. I wish to hear the Furnace Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. A tall young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all the fires across all decks have been extinguished. The permanently damaged assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted to Essential in the High Factorum. Post passed to him after the previous Furnace Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Givlard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. You can take the heat, so to speak. High Factorum, what do you have to report? We are toiling day and night to compel a full account of losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the technical hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish, single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2/3 of our crew. And unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Brecon Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to Winterscale Rogue Trader Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Teligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard, frowning. Bribe Master, I will hear from you now. Zira Thaler. A voice distorted by the Vox retranslator emerges from under the tech priest Scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon the noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissa. But its spirits mourn its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prior protocol capable of assigning its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Enginseer Prime Overseer, the spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in the battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. Tech priest bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without the engineer Prime and the navigator who fell in battle. We have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces or us all melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject. When we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the valuable communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very system is an incredible stroke of luck. A true blessing of the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go around and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Prometheum and supplies last. And if any thick-ass grok shit lowlifes come sniffling around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. Just asking anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who is supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcer seizes mutineer. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is. We are ready. Besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Stand down and release them. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness. Not after the terrible attack we have endured. Execute him. Experienced masters are few and far between, so for that reason he may remain in his bones. I leave his punishment at your... Go with that. Abelard stares obliquely at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgraced yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him. Only now. And in knowledge of the fate he has so nearly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in the crew members, and we require a new engineer, prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. Can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I see to the Vox Master on this point, Mistress Ptolemy. We are in the Ricard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Novus Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Reichenmanoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet in the Navis Light Station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. Your Lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates. Your internally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Cronus Expanse. I would be honored to fulfill the Inquisition's commission. What is it? He asked Theodora. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume. That's so. Then what is the task which she was entrusted? What if I choose to simply ignore the so-called commission? Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calpazar? We'll just further refer to him as Xavier. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man when Heinrich von Kalot's an interrogator. You understand? All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires. Then deliver him to Football, the Forbunda system. Finding him without any information to go on will be difficult indeed. But the Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in system, either the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Riken Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly. It seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Keyword, about. Idara, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Idara. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idara's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. Idara, come to your senses. Abelard, bring the witch to heel. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. Idara, come to your senses. Damn it. Idara presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship. Here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something's very strange is headed our way. I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. It's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it to you. Alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. Psyker's bitten lips stretched into a thin, weary smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. And with that, I am going to call it a night, and we will pick this up next time. I will have to figure out a stream schedule as to when I will stream Rogue Trader 40k again. I'm thinking possibly Monday. But until then, everyone from Rumble, everyone from YouTube and Twitter, or Twitch, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. As I said, I am going to call it a night. We are going to save it at this point and continue at a later date. Save. Oh, thanks for stopping by, OP. Thank you everyone for stopping by. And like I said, you guys are wonderful. You guys are amazing. It definitely helped me and encouraged me to keep streaming and providing content for you all. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you stay safe out there and enjoy the rest of your days. And until then, I will see you later tonight. Stay safe out there, Commanders, and I will see you next time.